Ladles and jelly spoons, burps and gurgles, welcome to another bit of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, Part 5! Part V! Unero 5! So, we've previously just blown up a Sabat warehouse, we've dealt with all our affairs in Santa Monica, and now we are going to meet the Anarch, Prince Nines Rodriguez, who had previously saved our life at the Nocturne Theatre in the beginning of the game. So we've just we're meeting his crew, the Anarchs, and let's see what they've got to say for themselves. So I haven't actually met Sebastian Lacroix yet, even though I was told to go deal with the Sabat warehouse and then go to meet him. Contrary to what I said earlier, I haven't eaten yet. I haven't moved my arse in any way. Interesting that he says the curse is, was it 6,000 years? It's quite interesting. My question is, does that really correlate well with other Abrahamic religions like Judaism and Islam and Buddhism, Hinduism? Are they even canon in Vampire the Masquerade lore? Alright, so it's telling the story now. Killed by some heavy shit, sister. I agree. I'm going to go for option 2, though. See, I don't think this guy liked me very much in my previous 2 playthroughs, but maybe it's because I had aligned more with the Camarilla than the Anarchs. So they want to be a bit more liberal, basically, with their with their vampirism. They want everyone to just get along and be all fine. Whereas the Camarilla are a bit more conservative about that. They want to hide their existence while pulling the strings of the mortal races. Sounds like maybe my ghoul from my Toreador playthrough. I haven't got any more topics either. I'm fucked. I suppose I could talk about Fallout New Vegas and Mountain Blade at some point. Hang on, I thought you just said that the Masquerade was a stupid label. Oh, and we broke the Masquerade once, by the way. You probably won't be able to see it. Oh, yes, you can, because I have my camera in the top right. So I thought it was like from the right to left, but yeah, we've just fucked up once because we fed on a woman and didn't check around, and like a stupid bastard, I didn't kill the witness. I don't suppose that does anything, but still. I suppose maybe it does actually if you get rid of all the witnesses. I don't know. Sorry, my nose is itching all the time. I keep scratching. For some reason, every time I do these Let's Plays, my nose is always itching. Anything for my Anarch brethren. I don't know why I added that laughter. That was rather sinister. Okay, so we've got to deal with... it's Smiling Jack. Jackie boy, hi. Yeah, quickly just saved. I don't think it's saved. Oh yeah, when I quick saved last time, the game just crashed and died, so I got to be careful of that, and it stopped recording. So, a bit of a shame, but oh well. But yeah, I've got no more topics. I've just completely forgot what I was saying. Oh yes, that's right. So we've got to deal with the vampire who's going to break the Masquerade, because she's a ghoul. Sorry, we've got to deal with someone who's a ghoul, and they're starting to break the Masquerade now. So we've got to deal with the ghoul, and I've got a way to do that. But I need a good persuasion skill, or a good, I think persuasion. We'll see. So, that's Smiling Jack there. Nice product placement for a significantly worse game. Yeah, even the original CODs I'm not a fan of. I do like Call of Duty 2. I love that shit. That was like my first ever proper big boy shooter experience. This is Damsel, who proudly displays the game developer's logo, Troika. She's wearing a Troika shirt and like the beret, the little logo on there. That's the Troika logo. So. Might help if I started my timer earlier as well. I think she's possibly like the best animated character in the entire game. So I want to try and get on a good side because I do want to side more with the Anarchs. So the reason why I'm talking to Damsel is because I need to get a quest from her, and I need some leads. I'm going to try and make that as quest as fast as I can. Now, word that she's using here, Kine, they're the humans. It's been used before, I should have explained earlier. Kindred of vampires, Kine are humans. I haven't seen Old Yeller. Pretty sure it's about a dog that has to get put down because it gets too old or some shit. I don't know. I'm more into cats myself. Yeah. They're a pain in the arse, but they're good fun. Yeah, I'm really sorry this is so slow. There's not much going on interesting. I'm just trying to get as much information as I can without interrupting, and then we'll begin playing the game proper. I know there's a lot of talking. I mean, I love talking in games, but when it comes to Let's Play, I want to show some action. Yes, says the guy who just previously quick-loaded the fuck out of everything to avoid combat. I like to show movement. I don't like to show dialogue all the time. This is why I couldn't do a bit of Tyranny or something like that. Because Tyranny, I mean, I love Tyranny. I could play Tyranny for ages. I could probably talk about tyranny for ages and justify my stance and opinions in the game, or at least attempt to justify. But who wants to watch a visual novel being played out? Well, I suppose a lot of people would if the person talking had a lot of charisma. I don't. Okay, so either way, if I want to stay on his side, I've got to listen to a speech. If I remember correctly, a lot of old rich bastards screwed the country and they did suffer. But obviously not as much as the poor who had to live in Hoovervilles and whatnot. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they, even they didn't get by all that well during the Depression. I don't know. I'm sure you guys can lecture me. I mean, I did modern world history, which was the the early 1900s to like the 40s, in high school, but I was stupid, so I didn't listen very much. So that's probably why I'm wrong. Still, what the hell's going on with his face? Anyway. See, I know that was going to happen. I just want to avoid things like that. But no, you've got to... No, sorry, I'm being unfair to the game. I think it's good, in a way, because, I mean, I know all this shit, but my character doesn't. So, of course they're going to piss some people off naturally. You know, of course they're going to, say things out of line, and no amount of persuasion is going to change that because you're still a new vampire. You're still new to all this stuff. Oh, this is useful. It's a shame that you don't really get this very much in Vampire, but it's something I really like in a lot of RPGs that offer it. See, like this, I just spoke to him. I asked him, "Could you teach me how to fight?" And he did, and he's just raised, I think, my brawl skill. And I love that in games where when you talk to an NPC, they improve your skills if you want to ask. Yeah. So I know my character's supposed to be proud and all that, and sorry, I just reading that label on the toilet. Secure area, okay. You can go out the window. It's kind of cool. That's interesting, though. Okay. I mean, I know that's there for the Nosferatu, but I mean, you could just like stand here while you wait for the homeless to go by, and then just walk on in. Unless maybe it's there for a reason later on. Now, before we deal with the plague bearers, we must deal with some other affairs first. I would first of all like to see M. Strauss of the Tremere, was it? Who lives in this house here. And if you'd stayed until the end of the previous video, you would have known that. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not trying to berate anyone who didn't. I can't blame you. To be honest, if you've made it this far, you have my congratulations. Sorry, I thought I heard my folks coming back. So I'm trying to remember the way around here. Oh, just quickly grab that book there. Thaumaturgical creatures. Interesting book here. Ebankins, Regent. So regents are like the leaders of the of different clans. So it tells about the different things about different creatures here: homunculi and gargoyles. Bit of an interesting read. I'll pause for those who want to read it. So if you want to pause the video, you can have a look at it. Oh shit. So yeah, the regents are the like leaders of clans in the zone, or they represent the clans, from what I understand. I think we do see homunculi later on. I can't quite remember. There's lots of different creatures to be seen. Okay, right. This house gets really weird. As you will probably see soon enough. But we've got one of the skill books, so it's not like we need to arse about too much here. Because it's a magical house and it teleports you all over the place. What exactly is a chantry? So no matter what your clan, you'll always meet this guy. But I'm not a Tremere, so why do I need to know this? If I don't think it even gives you any anything at all, any quests, anything. And he calls me the neonate, so I'm not a fledgling anymore, but the protagonist is known as the neonate. Okay. Thanks, Dad. Dude, that shit is whack. I've not gone for that before, but I am now. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I just love his response. It's yeah. Yes, indeed. I just... Sorry, I shouldn't laugh so hard, but I just... That's exactly the kind of way I would respond to something. I mean, I love his sense of fashion as well. He looks awesome. Yeah, I like this guy a lot. I do. So in his fireplace, on that little border, the brown border above the grill, there's something that looks like Papa Nurgle, like emblazoned into it, like engraved into the fireplace. It's like he's holding a staff and he's got his hand up like that. I don't know. I just made an observation. But I really don't know why I'm talking to this guy, though. I should have gone for the other one, because if he would have responded like that in any case. If he weren't as young and indiscriminate as he already proven himself to be, but I say too much. Young and indiscriminate. Well, we'll find out how old he is, but he's actually not that young at all. How Machiavellian of you. Okay, so we've seen him basically. There's nothing else he can tell us. Oh, shit! Shit on it! How the fucking hell did I do that? Why are you standing so close to the fire? How do you even ignite the fire? I would not have a live fire in my house if I knew that that was going to happen. So somehow that worked. Yeah, this house is a bit of a maze, and it teleports you around to make sure that you go to the proper place. Makes you dizzy as fuck as well. Oh, come on! I'm trying to get out now. Wasted too much of my viewers' time. There, thank you. Jesus wept. So anyway, I couldn't find that thing on the fireplace. So. Quests. What have we got to do now? So we're trying to find Muddy Mike Durbin, who is in the Skyline Apartments. This is why we had to come downtown. We need to replace the donor at the blood bank. We've blown up the warehouse. We need to see LaCroix, but I'd rather not do that just yet. And for some reason, I haven't actually got the quest for. Oh, sorry, I have. Yeah, it's over here. Yeah, so we can deal with Patty, and we can do the pestilence question. So that'll be nice and fun. So let's see if we can first of all deal with the replanting the lily. Now it'll probably cost me humanity, but I don't give a shit because we may be able to redeem the masquerade. And then I'm not attracting the attention of vampire hunters, and you may even see a vampire hunter in Hollywood. They wear trench coats and have swords, which is pretty much what a vampire looks like if ever you play the tabletop role-playing game. It's the law that a vampire has a trench coat and has a sword across the back, possibly even two. It's going to be a katana, or it's going to be like a claymore or some shit. Now, this wasn't here before. This is new with the pre-patch. It's going to probably fuck everything up. I should have saved. I don't like those things. I really don't. I can't stand revolving doors. I have great trouble with them. It's me and my autistic brain that can't deal with that shit. Amongst other things. So this is the ghoul, who's dangerously close to breaking the vampire masquerade. I keep saying the vampire, the masquerade. Because Toreador Sire, or Embracer, has gone missing. And I don't think we actually get to meet him. Or maybe we do. Well, I mean, he is a Toreador, so of course he's going to dress well. Now, there's multiple places you can send this person. You can send them to a vampire who eats flesh rather than just drinks blood. You can send her to the blood bank. I think there's another place you can as well. Basically, anywhere you need to provide a person, then you can send this girl there. So, I've protected the Masquerade. So that means... Oh, not quite. Oh, I see. No, that's the quest log updated. Sorry. I haven't actually got a Masquerade Redemption just yet. I've lost humanity, so I'm more likely to frenzy. Now, I can spend 16 experience to get that up. Or I can just simply do quests. In fact, I'll tell you what I will do. I'm going to save the game very quickly. And I'm going to... I think this gentleman's new. Yes, he is. Can I seduce this lady for a bit of blood? My goodness, I can. Oh. No, not quite. I think I've got the seduction skill to begin flirtation, but I need a bit more to continue. Okay. Sorry, I'm reading the text. I'm not actually looking at a cleavage. It's a nice cleavage, though. What? Venus was her name? What? Sorry, hang on. What does Venus have to do with confession? Why is she talking in third person? The past tense in third person? Yeah, let's go with... Oh shit, I was going to go for 3. I mean, I know I can't drink alcohol being a vampire. Also being 12, but I would like a Highway to Hell, because I am a massive fan of ACDC right now. Seriously, listen to Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. It's fantastic. The problem is you can't find it on YouTube without getting the live version. I mean, Christ, I couldn't flirt for the life of me, but even that does not sound like a very seductive thing at all to say. A lot of people have yet to confess to the Beat Priestess. That is the coolest title in the world. If there were bards in Cyberpunk, I'd want to be called a Beat Princess. As a guy as well, of course. I just... Yeah, let's go for options. It doesn't matter anyway, it's dialogue. So, let's move on. In fact, oh shit, I can't break into there. Shame. Because there's money. I think. Okay. Right, okay. There's nothing interesting going on elsewhere there. So, let's beat on some Russians. Because that's always nice. So, we've got a quest to basically say that this person can't pay, and that they... we've got to deliver a message to the Russians to say that they can't pay, and that absolutely nothing will go wrong. His eyes are all funky. Good lord, look at his face. um. Again. Just see if this guy's going to come around here. Excellent. Feed on him. Hopefully we don't violate the Masquerade again. Nope, we haven't. Excellent. Okay. Any guns and ammo? Excellent. Got a first person view. Got the Glock 19. I don't think it was called a Glock previously, but we've already said before, haven't we, that sometimes the names change. So that was quite good. So we've done that. And the gentleman wasn't too pleased to hear that the currency was to be located in his matriarch's rectum. So now we're going to have to, I guess, put out the flames now that we've, I guess, fanned them further. So, save again very quickly. Oh shit, sorry. Press 2 instead of 1. Oh yeah, this is a running gag. I can't hear you. Let's talk in our office. So, yeah. I like that. I like that a bit. I like this. I like this a lot. Stone and wood. I'd love a living room design like this. Nice low ceiling as well. Fantastic. Oh yes, so this is a bit sad, this. But Venus has had to do things to get a club. So she's either had to give him a lot of money upon taking out a loan, or perform sexual favours. And so she wants him eliminated. So this might get a bit bloody. I certainly hope it does. Because then we can spend 40 minutes kicking his arse. The things I do for virtual breasts. So we're going to deal with Boris, the mafia kingpin, who's based in downtown. And as far as I'm aware, this has no impact on the Masquerade. That the vampires have nothing to do with them. But perhaps we'll see, because we haven't spoken yet to Sebastian Lacroix. So I'll get this done very quickly. I like to get all my side quests wrapped up and things like that. I actually find the side quest, to be honest, to be far more interesting than the main quest, having seen where it leads, because it is actually quite short. Quickly, oh, can't interrupt that. Okay. Oh, wait, now was it? Yeah, it was. So. Okay. I can't. This was, yeah, this one was power. So I'm just trying to use this to get some information on Chekhov B. Planet FM, $10. Okay, home. I don't need to know about the other guests. It really was those two. So I can't use that just yet, but I may need to later. That computer doesn't do anything. Let's have a look around. Is there anything of use that I can use? Note here. Okay. I don't think we can talk to anyone here. No quests, nothing useful at all. No keys, no nothing, right. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to go to Boris's suite. Now there is another quest that takes place here. Oh yes, there's events as well. I don't think I can actually use those just yet, and don't really need to either. There is another quest that takes place here. I could have done with doing them both at the same time, but I'm an idiot and didn't do that. So we're going to try and find the elevator, and we're going to deal with Boris. Bumbling Boris. I don't think he is as bumbling as our Mr. Johnson here in the UK, but still never mind. So, oh, hang on, so I've got a key. Excellent, right. Save, because things might get a bit bad. Well, let's deal with Boris first, then we can deal with his lackeys afterwards. I use presents. Interesting. I'm trying to think how else I could go. I think I'd use haggle maybe, or persuasion to speak to him, because you might have to go through him. Interesting as well that it actually adds Russian dialect, because before it was speaking in English from what I understand, or it would be English subtitles, but it was like Russian audio. So we can have the guard outside. Don't have a high enough persuasion skill. Oh well. Well, I tried. And when I'm done with the guard, I'm going to feed on Boris, because that... Oh shit, I think someone else has just come through the door. Yeah, I like to drain the main villains where I can. Just collect that money chip. Clip, rather. Maybe it was chip, I don't know. Use a bit of blood heal. Presence and potence! Ho 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 ho! I have the strength of 20 men. 20 big men. Now, I was hoping to deal with these lackeys a bit more subtly than this. Like, you know, clear them out. Oh, shit! Shit! Like, do it room by room and then claim the skill books. But, oh well. You know what? Might as well just kill every motherfucker, I think. That's a good idea. That works for me. Don't need to drain him. We've already seen the roleplay side of me. Now we get to see the punchy kill side. If that works. Grab him more blood. Oh, fuck you. I'm dead again. Shit. Shit. I need to be a bit more careful, I think. You know what I'd really like? Because Nines Rodriguez had the only grenade in the entire game. I'd really like that. I really like grenades. Bombs. That'd be fun. Use the... Oh, fuck you. Get through! Oh, for Christ's sakes, never mind. Right. So I was going to try and clear the rooms. Oh, they've all gathered here. Use a little trick they call in World of Warcraft called corner pulling. If I don't die on my arse, which I did. This is why I like diplomacy, because I'm in control of everything then, and people don't have to die. I'm gonna use the same tactics over and over again. I'm determined to win. Get this fuckhead here. Can use everything. Open that fucking door. Well, this works. Oh shit, no it doesn't, because I'm stuck in the door now. Come on through. And the game is running, like, the game is just massively slowed down because of all these buffs I've got up. Fuck, I can't scroll through and... What's the other? Oh, I'm gonna frenzy. Oh, you are fucked now, boyo. I'm gonna frenzy. Shit! Why do I suck at this game? We could just avoid all that and go for... Where is it? Charisma? That cost 8. What about... Where's my other persuasion skills? Persuasion. Scholarship. 3. 6 or 8. I think I'll go for that. Persuasion. There we go. We could just avoid all this shit. So, this is how I want to do it. Because I'm shit at combat. I mean, I think all I really should have done is just use blood buff a bit more. Yes, we've seen all this, right? Oh. So I used presence there. That wasn't too bad, but this has got to happen, I'm afraid. Got to deal with things rather violently. I do believe as well. Yes, there's a fancy ring there which I can sell. Gun. Right, blood buff, blood heal, and potence. Oh shit, I was meant to go for presence as well. Oh well. There we go, that's going a lot better now. Like I shot up immediately. So like I can't do any damage to people who are knocked down, but he can just get up and immediately start firing. And it's strange as well how NPCs have the best accuracy with Uzis. I'm astonished that the submachine gun is so accurate for them. And I can't do shit with it. I suppose I could do with upping my firearm skill, but still. Yes, my stomach's growling. Oh, for fuck's sake. No! Grab his arse. Oh, and kill him! Grab a hold of the gentleman and slay him! That's what I meant. Right, is there anyone left? So after that nightmare, we've finished this quest. Okay, already got the weapon. Alright, are there any skill books that I may need? It's not in this room, I believe it's another. There are items I could do with getting inside, so it is beneficial of me to kill these people. I could have avoided combat, but, well, now I wanted revenge for all the grief they'd given me, so, yeah. You know, I was expecting to do some other quests here as well, but we've only really got 25 minutes left, so I better get my arse in gear. Seriously, where the hell's this book? There's a fucking book somewhere. I know there is. Probably can't read it anyway because my research skill's too low, but how diddly do. And I didn't even need to invest those skill points because we just won the combat, which we previously struggled with. Well, I always like having a higher persuasion skill. I think it's in here. Let's see if we can break in. Lockpick skill. I'll try a blood buffer. Oh, it's only upped it by 2. I don't think we're going to get in. Shit. Right. We do, however, have the vents. Or should we just say fuck it and leave it? Oh no, it's in here anyway. ABC, always be closing. Don't remember this book. Oh, okay. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Did I just say that all in one go? Did I really say that correctly in the first time? I hope I did. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. I hope I did. I had to concentrate, but that wasn't too bad. That's considered one of the longest words in the English language, I think. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting way too enamoured with that. So, we've now dealt with the Boris problem. Confession is now Venus Club. And we've got some income as well. So now that every week, every couple of days, we can go in and we can collect some money. Now, the problem with Vampire is that there's no sort of time system. There's no date system. So you can't know exactly how long it's been or how long you should wait before you get your next paycheck. Which is a bit of a problem. So, we've dealt with the ghoul there, so she's gone. I might have to check upon her in Santa Monica in a bit. There's that 666 proof drink again. Gotta love that rum brand rum as well. That's my favourite. You know, you could probably run like a pirate ship and all the different mascots there are for these things, like Sailor Jerry and Captain Morgan. So there's actually ladies in the cages, which is, I think, a plus feature because it wasn't working properly before. I think there were actually supposed to be some male ones as well, but they weren't there properly. Also you've always got someone standing around here as well for some strange reason. Now they're just okay. Right, so we've dealt with the problems there. I can also go in here, and there's a wallet, and oh, there's a computer. look. I don't know the password for this one. Slave, okay. From Larry, okay. So she's so Venus is a bit of a dom. Yeah. So I wonder if I could question her about. No, I can't. She's not here. Oh well, never mind. I think that's a thing with a plus patch as well. Interesting if so. So we've dealt with that. I think I'll just quickly pop back to Santa Monica, and if I can claim a bit of a reward. And oh god, I've just thought. I've never actually encountered vampire hunters because of Masquerade violations. You will meet and indeed slay them later on. But I'm just wondering if they interrupt the travel between things like this, like they do in Tyranny or Dragon Age. Because sometimes when you've got to travel a distance, like your journey stops. And like a random encounter kind of thing. We'll have to see. So we need to go to the blood bank now. And let's just quickly have a look there. I don't want to spend too much time arsing about with this. I want to try and make this experience as valuable as I can. I think maybe in part 6 we really should look at boarding the Elizabeth Dane as part of the Camarilla quest chain. Because the side quests don't need to be done. But I like to get lots of experience points for very trivial matters. Got 2 experience points. Very nice. And there's a steady supply of blood. Oh, and I've got lots of money as well. So I think I will actually buy some blood packs. Buy 3 of those, and I'll buy 2 of those. So I've got nice stock there. It's always nice. So she's not hooked. So our volunteer doesn't seem to be there. Perhaps it's their day off. Or she's dead. Actually, I've just thought that draining a vampire of their blood probably isn't, and then giving it to people probably isn't a good idea, because it's like, wouldn't that turn customers into ghouls? I'm pretty sure something just ran past then. Okay. So yeah, just a thought. And like giving ghoul blood, I wonder if that does anything. Probably some kind of further incestuous vampire curse that no doubt the Camarilla would despise. If I don't really know how many Camarilla characters there are that actually have ghouls, I wonder if it's something that they're really interested in. Because they have very strict rules on siring and things like that, but perhaps not on ghouls, I don't know. Okay, so let's go to the Skyline Apartments as well. Let's wrap up that quest as well. I think it's down here. No, here. And we'll see where that takes us. So while we're just travelling, I might as well talk a little bit about future plans for this. So, unfortunately, the viewing figures for this haven't been very good, but that's to be expected. I appreciate anyone who watches these videos, make no mistake. I do like it when people watch these videos. It's really nice. I feel good making them, and I certainly hope you guys are enjoying them. But yeah, it's all good fun. I can't open that yet. I could go down to the basement and right. Let's see if we need to go down to the basement just yet. So yeah, I'm glad that people are enjoying this. The next game I plan on doing a bit of is a bit of Fallout New Vegas. Playing a character build that I might not have really gone for before, like low intelligence, high strength. possibly agility and luck, because I want those crits. Dem crits. And some stereos. I can sell those for a good bit of cash. Does it actually say the cash value? No, it doesn't. So I might do a bit of Fallout New Vegas, so go for a low intellect, possibly even a low charisma character, and go for a nice punchy character, go for unarmed, because I love melee in Fallout New Vegas. It's significantly better than Fallout 3. But yeah, I might go for unarmed as a change. Oh, it's too dark and scary in there. Don't like that. Let's have a look around further, because basically what we've done is we found out where this character is. Kendo for advanced students. That sounds very much like a melee or unarmed book. I'm assuming Kendo is some kind of hooked on phonics. Oh, I can use that. Increase my firearm skill. Okay. I guess in Kendo is some kind of martial art, some kind of fighting style. I myself am a black belt in origami. So we've done everything that we needed there. No, wait, there was something else, wasn't it? We need to go here. We need to see a ghoul. The ghoul... Oh, fucking hell. So we've got to go to all these different places now. So solve the problem with Patty. That's very good. Perhaps we can get a Masquerade violation redemption when we hand that quest in. Now, I think we need to go to apartment 5 or 3 for this next bit, because we need to speak to one of Damsel's ghouls about the infection, and we then need to talk to someone above. So yeah. Now, I said earlier that I was thinking of doing Fallout New Vegas for a bit of once we're done with Vampire Masquerade. Aha! I was right. It was apartment 5, because Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorite RPGs of all time, essentially. So Hannah is calling about Paul, partner of his by the sounds of things. Can also use the vents to get about when the door opens. But yeah, it's one of my favorite games by Obsidian Entertainment. I originally had a very low opinion of it. It just really wasn't my cup of tea, but it's a fantastic RPG. And the game gets a lot of flack for reusing assets, but you got to understand that, one, it's a new developer. 2, it's a developer that hadn't had really any experience with like the Fallout engine, like Bethesda's new Fallout engine. Yeah, it gets a lot of flack for reusing assets. I suppose those two are the same thing, aren't they? But as well, like they only had like a year and a half to make the game, which isn't a lot of time in games development. I think like some of the best games take about at least 3 years. So, and to say they did that much with New Vegas is astonishing. It's a bloody wonderful game, and it offers so much. I can't break into the door without knowing the passcode. No. Well. In fact, didn't she just say 1203? Yeah. Anything I can sell before we go speak to Hannah, or what's left of her? Oh, I do like that. I like that a lot. There she is. Shame we don't have a flashlight to see her any clearer, but I will. In fact, I don't know if we can even turn on the light switch. But yeah, I have to commend Obsidian for doing such a good job with the little resources they had. And they didn't get a bonus. They were supposed to get a bonus for if they got a score of 85 on Metacritic. They got 84. And so they had to abandon work on another one of their games because they needed the money to help with that project. So since then, they kind of went independent with Pillars of Eternity and Tyranny, and better off for it, I say. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Pillars of Eternity. I like it, but it's just not quite my cup of tea when it comes to the combat system. I don't like how health and damage works in that game. Not a big fan of their art styles very much either. I far prefer Tyranny, more for the story than anything else. But now they've been acquired by Microsoft. So Hannah has been infected because she's a sex worker, and she's been infected by a disease spread by Jezebel Locke, who is a plague bearer, and she's infected Hannah. And she was a love interest of Paul, Damsel's ghoul, or one of the Anarch ghouls. Oh, she's dead. Fuck. But I tried to give her a nice peaceful outing. No, it's not an outing, John. You just fucking killed her. At least I think. Oh, she died. I don't know. Damage numbers flew out of her. So either way, she dead, boy, or grill. But yeah, so she's dead now, and we've got to get vengeance. But yes, I did say that Paul's alive and he's doing well, and that she can rest in peace. Yes, I get very sentimental over death, and it's a very sensitive subject, really. Yeah. Wish everyone the best passing on, even though because I don't believe there's anything after this, which I think is actually quite scary in itself. But yeah, still I still have a lot of respect for the dead, because I it's quite strange really that I do that, because I'm not a person of really much sentiment. I don't have sentimental value for a lot of things, but when it comes to death, I believe I'm very interested in burial rites and funeral rites and things like that. She's at the Empire's Arms Hotel. Okay, I think this will be the last thing we do. But yeah, I look at things logically, and I think that's quite strange, really, that I find death to be such a terrifying subject, and quite a mysterious one as well. Yeah. Anyway, so we now need to deal with Jezebel Locke, who's residing in the Empire Arms Hotel. I'm going to quickly grab a key card. We're going to meet her, and then we're going to kill her. Guest logs. Lock J. Sweets. Power. Oh, sweets. Wealth. Albany Suite. I can't remember which one it was she lived in. Queens Suites. Manhattan Suites. Ithaca Suites. Brooklyn Suites. Home quit. Jezebel Locke's key. There we go. He just looked badass. I don't know what's up with his eyes, though. He's fucking weird. Oh, this is interesting. It takes us to the vents, I see. Interesting. So we need to go to the 5th floor, I do believe. I'll quickly save, because we're going to get into combat. Yeah, so if you're looking for a good Fallout game, I would strongly recommend Fallout New Vegas. Absolutely terrific. Couldn't recommend it highly enough. I don't remember this person looking this... their character model being this good, should we say, before. Okay, now not so much. head down just a bit. Yeah. I'm sorry, that sounds very sexist, doesn't it? I apologise. I don't think. I mean, I know I'm awkward, but I don't think I'm going to go for option 2. I want to learn as much as I can about this. Into the ninth circle. Is she talking about Dante's Inferno? Because the ninth circle is the lowest one. It's treachery and betrayal. I think my folks are back, which is quite appropriate because we've only got a few minutes left. So I apologise if my voice is a bit low. Probably going to have to help with the shopping in a bit if we've got any. The pleasures of the flesh. Sounds very Hellraiser-ish. It is not hands that call us, but desire. And to think I hesitate. Oh, shit. And to think I hesitate. She's got a gun now, Jesus. So on top, is she just soaked her bullets in plague or something? That's a very Death Guard thing to do. Isn't Jezebel meant to be a name, a very big name in the Bible? One of the biggest female characters? I can't remember. I'll look that up while I'm doing this, because this will be the last part I record today, I think. Anything else of interest? Nothing in the shitter? No, oh well. Oh, I can't take the pills! I want to sell them to Trip. Give him estrogen pills. And tell him it's... I don't know, what's a pill? E. That's a drug people like, isn't it? No means no. Oh, this one's a... Is this a brawl book? My research skill is too low. But yeah, I think like the No Means No one is like a brawl book. It's like women's self-defense. I say women's, is like... It could be anyone's self-defense, can't it? I think so, anyway. Well, anyway, so we've dealt with Jezebel Locke, so I need to report back to Damsel. We'll do that now, and then we'll call it quits. Again, my stomach is grumbling. I need food. I haven't actually eaten anything today, which makes a change for a fat fuck like me, but still. And I need a piss and I need a poo, so we better hurry up. But yeah, play Fallout New Vegas. You can do that while you're waiting for the next part, which will probably take 3 months, knowing me. But yeah, Fallout New Vegas, fantastic game. If you're looking for roleplay value, you will find so much there. And I can't believe that Fallout 4 has gone. And I will say this: I think Fallout 4 has gone backwards. You know, like in terms of like being accessible and things like that. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I like it. I like the characters. You know, that all the characters are pansexual. That the main character can be any sexuality, any gender, all these kind of things. So very little changes. I like that morality isn't really a thing. The reputation's not as important and whatnot. But I also like when RPGs are strict as well, and that's what Fallout New Vegas is good with. You do eventually have to pick sides. You will suffer consequences, and I think that's what Fallout 4's designers feared, that like they don't want people to really make a wrong decision or do anything bad. That every character has to be everything. That you can be a rogue and a barbarian. You can be a highly charismatic character and a highly intelligent one, and things like that. Like a really, I say low intelligence. Low intelligence I don't think even has any impact on Fallout 4. I think sometimes it does, but nowhere near as much as other Fallout games. If you want to see low intelligence in a game, I would... I've got a Masquerade for Redemption, nice. Check out the original Fallout games, like Fallout 1 and 2. It's so funny seeing some of the dialogue, like the Master, the main antagonist. Like the Master just like is like he just can't believe that he was beaten by such an imbecile and whatnot. So yeah. I don't think she says that if you're a bloke. I'm not sure. Right. If this is going where I think it's going, I may need some more brawl skill. If I could actually do with some defense. I've got 12 experience points. Let's start spending them. So I'm fine with my powers being where they are. I don't really want any more presence. Potence is fantastic, but I don't need any more right now. I really would like, however, some defense. So I think I'm going to go for stamina, and I'm going to go for dodge. And what else am I going to go for? Is there anything else I can use to protect thine self? I think that's about it. In fact, I better turn off my timer because I think we're just about done. Right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll leave it there. So, I'm going for extra stamina and dodge so I can take a bit more damage, because after we saw last time, we really need it. I could do with buying myself some armor as well. Let's go through the process of that very quickly. And then we'll call it a day. So I need to find out the location of this Doomsday cult. Excuse me, for the Plague Bearers. I'm going to feed on this lady very quickly. Make it quick. There we go. Right, that's enough blood. Don't really need any more. And that'll do for now. And then, what else have I got to do? Oh yeah, it takes me to the sewer. Okay, so we'll do that later. So we'll talk to the homeless population when I stop feeding on them. And then I think that'll be it. And then maybe we can wrap up the final quests here. And then carry on with the main quest, which should be fun. So yeah, I'm sorry if this part and the last part as well was a bit of a waste of time. I guess I'm trying to delay the inevitable. Like, we've got to progress. We've got to get further on. And you know, we will get more zones. But I want to enjoy the game as much as I can. I don't just want to do the main quests and burn out halfway through or end up getting stuck. Because I've been in that situation before. It's like I don't want to stop enjoying the game because I don't have enough skill points in places. Or I don't have enough blood and things like that. So I'm trying to get whatever resources I can. So this guy, he's quite funny. There's a band called Fat Larry's Band, and it's actually quite a good. There's a they've got quite a good song. I think they actually had a song in GTA in Vice City. Yeah, it's good. It's good music. I like Fat Larry's stuff. I say Fat Larry's stuff. I've only listened to one song, and it's the instrumental version, but still. So we can get ourselves some nice clothing as well. So I'm going to get myself some no stat penalties for wearing it. Excellent. So it changes your appearance as well. I don't really need ammo. Can I sell the gun? Not for $8. I'm not selling a gun. Jesus. So I've got my light clothing, which I can't sell, and I've got my heavy clothing, which I can't sell. I've got anything that I can get rid of, not for a good price though. Not really. I'd rather keep what I can. In fact, yeah, we'll invest in haggle later on. So I'll save up very quickly. And let's have a look at our clothing very quickly. So this is what our character looks like now. Nice and wrapped up, nice and warm. Very nice. And you can get other things, like you can get leather clothes as well, so that's our old stuff, nice and light. But this gives us new protections. And our lethal has gone up 1, and I think as well our... Actually, I don't think our bashing has gone up. Still. Anyway, so that protects us from lethal attacks. That's quite nice. So that's our character nice and kitted up, ready to go on to the next quest. So, can't talk to him. Okay, so... yeah, that's really it. Thank you ever so much for watching. You guys take care. And you've been watching a bit of Vampire the Masquerade Part 5. Till next time, ta-ta for now.